All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us today for our podcast session. So today's session, we're going to discuss about how COVID is impacting commercial renting. So today we have Joe here as well as Laura.
Hey,
Joe
hi,
will
Yong.
be sharing with us his point of view about how is this actually impacting all the commercial renting. So Joe, thanks for joining us today.
No, I thanks for invitation. I mean, as long as I can help and assist, I mean, there's always my pressure to do it.
Yeah, it's great to have you
Um,
here.
yeah.
So Joe, what do you think about the impact currently is happening in the commercial renting market?
Okay, it's a very good discussion subject today. I think especially in the past, a lot of the people would like to be, especially in Malaysia, focus into buying a lot of commercial property. Commercial property normally will demand a better, I mean like a premium than the residential, and many times people just like to go into it because the yield is better. Okay, so if I look into it, that the impact is the first thing. I mean, the before the impact, there's a digitalization process going on. Because of those type like e-commerce, the e-banking, all this kind of stuff. Basically, to a certain degree, it is impacting the commercial and making some changes, in the industry. Yeah, perhaps I would say, because of this COVID, something that really come very drastic, to really make, I mean, the entire digitalization process faster, maybe perhaps by 5 to 10 years time. So I think that is something that very, very huge impact at this point in time. And I can see that the reason is really to make everything something that you may want to have time to digest, but everyone have to conform and start to really work from home, start to really order things from home, go less to the mall. So things are really, really happening. Okay, that's the impact and the reason I would say the digitalization has been fastened.
Mm.
And the second thing I would say is because of the trend people talk about K economies. So I'm thinking about is more into age, I mean, in this commercial properties. So we used to have, there some different performance from warehouse, office, hotels, maybe shop lot, retail lot. Sometimes people like the shop lots a lot, because you get the best return from the banks that have a corner, I mean, all these things are getting a biggest yield, I mean, and a capital gain. So things are changing. So if I were to say the current impact is something to split into short and mid term, for long term, I never want to look into it because long term anything can happen and change again. So we can forget about the long term. So the short term is that you will see a very stagnated, I mean, the performance from now until that maybe another one strict different one to link back to this stagnant of becoming an age. However, the swap in between property portfolio may be very, very obvious from then. So you will see, I mean, the people talk about used to be retail is getting very good premium, like more shop lot, and warehouse, offices. Offices also getting a lot of very good premium, like KLCC. But it made up so after the impact is because people start to aware that I do not need to be put so much workforce in the office.
Mm.
So I do not need to be really having a good display, I mean, everywhere, because I just need one. Then people can come to the computers and to look into some 3Ds, to look into my products and review. Yeah. And people can do e-banking, I mean, especially if you look at the recent Maybank, I mean, like encouragement of using mobile token without SMS anymore.
Mm.
So basically, to do even banking transactions, you got to be very tech savvy, which is something I don't agree, because in our region we try to be digitalized, but without thinking about the balance of the social. That can be a good subject to discuss next time, okay, but not
Mm.
today. However, if you look at it, more digital banking is forced, I mean, to do. Then the banks are shutting down a lot of branches so that they can be much more concentrated. They used to be every taman got one branch. Now they make
Mm.
several taman to combine into one branch. So that become a very, very significant impact to even shop lot, I mean, display, that I would say, I mean, all this kind of like service based, because can be mobile and sent to your home, like Kowe. So the everything is changing. So that's why I would say after the impact, I mean, the short term will be everything like now. Nothing will change in the next 3 to 6 month time. But after that, there will be something that I will see the impact of, uh, in a way, warehouse manufacturing may still can get even a better premium because people start to aware you need to manufacture locally to have a supply chain. Even we used to do everything from China or from India, from Indonesia, because without the local supply chain, you can't keep the, the things that you need to really do it, so that you have to rely too much on other people. So you may got the local supply chain back up, then warehousing because of the e-commerce. Yeah, that would be something very, very prime. But whereas retail, office, that I will see with a different perception, then in the coming future will have a very, very big impact from there.
Joe, just now
Yep.
you mentioned there would be an impact from the COVID on commercial properties, right? So from all the terms of like office, because most people will be working from home, that would be a negative kind of impact. But what about the positive kind of impact, like you mentioned, like for e-commerce and warehouses?
Yeah, like warehouse and I would say warehouse manufacturing factory is very, very good. I mean, I would say it will be coming back definitely due to even China-US trade war. Some factory may shift back into the region due to the supply chain you need. And I think, in fact, one of the key industry will be booming. I think will be booming. So currently they are completely like something whip up, But I foresee tourism will be coming back because people will still, the explosive of after the pandemic that we foresee maybe 1 to 3 years time will be totally resolved. If not, then we'll be in deep shit. Sorry. so I would think that will be, I would say the tourism will be coming back. The warehouse will be very good. Manufacturing will be very good. But in particularly, tourism, Airbnb, this kind of industry will do very well because the explosive of people that want to really revenging to be really going out to see the world again. So I think these three industries will do very well in the next 3 years to 5 years time. Yeah.
But actually, what do you think about the F&B industry or those food chains? Because like what I noticed is in the recent few months there are more and more retail those F&B opening branches, like Taco Bell. They're also opening more branches, and even the Korean CU. There's one shop CU, right?
Nice to see.
Also,
nice to see.
nice to see. Yeah, nice to see you. Right? So they're also opening branch in this time. So you think is it actually for the other industry, even for F&B, they will see a growth in there?
I think they may not they have because for the conventional retail chain industry, right? I mean, they like Kentucky, remember last time pizza, you try to do more branches everywhere so that you can really cover a big skew of people who come to your place to eat. But today, because of this, Food Panda, Grab Food, to be honest, so the impact of it is definitely, I think the business side will not be an impact for them because these people, Taco Bell, they will keep on growing, but they will not really rampart to open up branches like last time. Yeah, I would think so. But they still need to have some strategic, the branches, in different location, maybe KL, and then one in Petaling, and then one in Penang. But to see it everywhere, that may be something that is different. So in the extreme example, if you look at Mr. DIY, so why Mr. DIY is opening so many branches, they keep on opening more and more and more. I think that is also potential because of different market segment. So they are targeting different market segment, I would say more into the lower end, or some DIY justifiable. I think more into the lower end segment of the industry of the people. So then from there in the society, more people will tend to go. The tech survey is not that good. They may want to go and feel and see and go and bargain and see some products. So you will see still. I mean, there's some market segment there for them. However, I think in long run, I mean the e-commerce will definitely impact the retail chain. The retail business will not be bad, like I say, because they can really getting higher profit by centralizing some of their food or the product store in some place. They may still have a display, but they can sell it to the e-commerce. Yeah. But to invest into that, I mean, particular shop lot, and retail space, that may be something I would say will be quite challenging in the coming future if there's no special team, that you can really bring out, I mean, the favor of the particular project and the location, why I need to be there. If not, I mean, it's not the last time anymore because somehow we do have some kind of like overbuilt more in the Klang Valley as well.
Yeah. That's
so does that mean that businesses will be more careful in choosing where they open their physical stores in future?
Yeah, that is a continuous process, Lola. Because if you look at it, if I were to be the retail business, right, I will have to keep on looking the cost factors, and what is the market response. So sometimes you will see even some Kentucky, or even some 7-Eleven, they will take the after operate by 5 to 10 years, they will go away.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah, because they found that the return may not be good anymore. So they may look after the cost, of investment and return. So if this market not good, they have to close and keep on moving. That's quite a common process of businesses. Will keep on evaluating. The location, the response, the even the population and the spending type of people who change in that particular taman. That's something that will impact. But nothing to worry. It's a continuous process. You see.
Yeah. I think other than that, some businesses also now they like last time they start to have all this bit how to say those offices space for rent, those like work what do you call that, those work
Co-working.
offices, co-working spaces, right?
Ah,
So
Yep.
I think, do you think like this kind of industry or this kind of renting will still continue?
They will getting better, to be honest. I think to what degree I'm not so sure, because the core leasing space, when they develop a beautiful place for people to be coming here to share, to social, and then to really because they won't spend too much time in their office, they come in to just again get a general like services from the service, that will be still there. I think can be have some kind of growth, to be honest. Yeah, but if you talk about investing, because that is not we are investing, because you won't invest to that. So there are some big group will do this kind of business. But to investing, maybe you will see the same concept of some people will start to have 3 to 5 people in a small business, and then maybe even 2 or 3 of them to have that particular apartment can be both used for commercial and also for their stay, like a studio. That can be a very, very big change, because if you look at some of the properties development in the market these days, Tropicana Garden, even KL. So maybe a photographer can really make their home to stay there. At the same time, it becoming a place they can invite the customer to come here to take photo. You see?
Yeah.
So even the consulting, even things are changing. I would say. I mean, perhaps the conventional office space will have a very, very big impact. Perhaps if you are not able to sell, then you may need to transform the ideas by doing something like co-leasing, or maybe some other thing to compete with the really upcoming trend in the market. You see.
That's right. Because in fact, I saw some of the offices near our location here. So there are companies that are leasing out their place as the event space for renting.
Yep, they are. They are. I think that's the cool thing about what happened. But like I said, the digitalization process has been really leapfrog because of COVID-19. Then many things that has been planned in the past is quickly changed until a lot of people may not be able to adjust their portfolio. But being said so, there is the light in the industry. If you look into commercial warehousing, some very small warehouse or big warehouse, or maybe some small factory that you can really do something, or send to people who do something office all combined together, or maybe some Airbnb tourism, small house, apartment, or maybe small bungalow can convert become Airbnb. That may be something that very, very interesting. Yeah. But in compared to really conventional office and retail, that trend is very challenging. I wouldn't say it's completely gone, but very, very challenging from now on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Especially now that, especially in KL, there are a lot of office buildings. So with the COVID, I think there would be even more empty offices that people would need to find a way to fill them up or
Yep.
do something with them.
Yep. No, I think the developing plan, I would say, is that, I mean, if those already built, you can't do much. Okay, they
Yeah.
already built. So I would say those that have not been built, like the TRX exchange, I mean, or maybe our Banda Malaysia. So places like that may convert, become much more social and working together. That kind of concept. So maybe they will build a lot of, I mean, like upscale or mid-range apartments and condos together with some degree of office, but may not be that much of lot, or maybe even studio. So I think they will make an adjustment to that. Yeah, but perhaps I would
Hopefully.
say, yeah, but perhaps the challenges is those that already built. Now I would say those that in the past that very conventional, only depending on the mall and office, they may have some very challenging time ahead.
Yeah, that's true. Because really, even for the past few years, we also hear a lot of news about people complaining about this oversupply of commercial properties. So I think, after this one, a lot of people have to really think of how they want to reuse the commercial property that they have and how they want to modify it for changing the way they want to renting it.
From what I've seen so far is for developers, they are making it into co-working spaces, but there's only so much space you can turn into co-working space.
Exactly,
right.
You're right, Laura. You're right. I mean, and then you need to be really have a kind of like people who have that kind of money, investment to really build a co-working space, because it's not easy to really build that kind of space.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So maybe they may want to really become Airbnb. That's why I'm saying if you have a commercial title, you can do both become house, Airbnb, and office. So you have a much more choice, for that kind of property count going ahead. But if you already commercial, then it will be difficult because you can't really make it become like a people who can stay there.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So the challenges is there, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's all the sharing that we have today. Thanks again, Joe, for spending your time to share.
Joe.
To share about your idea about what is the impact on this commercial renting. So to all our listeners, thanks again for joining our session, and we hope that you will follow us in our podcast station. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.